Alright, so what is this? So this video is gonna be about overthinking and how I personally deal with it. Now, don't get me wrong, I love thinking. Like, thinking is mad fun. I don't like when I that's part of the reason why I like having like deep conversations and stuff like that, because it's a it's very fun to have to think most of the time. Like you really gotta. I don't know how to fully explain it, but I do like thinking. And that's not to say that I don't like light conversation. I don't really like it, but I understand that it's necessary to get to deeper conversations. And so that's like a I don't know. I'll have to figure more out about light conversations in the future, but that's not the topic of this video. So I really don't like overthinking, even though it tends to happen like pretty frequently. It's yeah, you would think that. I mean, I don't know anybody who does like overthinking, so I don't know why I said that, but I don't like it because it can make like a small bump in the road. Oh, my character's going to sleep. Hold on. Wait, going back up. Gotta move the camera a tiny bit. But it can make a small bump in the road metaphorically in your journey of life. It can make a small bump in the road into a mountain. Okay, into a mountain, and it's really not a mountain, but it feels like you're climbing like Mount Everest or something like that, just to get over a small bump in the road. And meanwhile, you're in the car, like it should not be that hard, but somehow it is when you overthink it. And a lot of times when you're overthinking something, it makes it, how do I put this? It's like a form of, I'm not going to say decision paralysis because I don't know. That might be a more technical term than I'm like familiar with. That might be something else. But it's like you don't want to make a, like you imagine, hmm like imagine you're in the store, right, and you get all these all these types of snacks you can get, and then you start overthinking. You start thinking, okay, what's the best price I can get? What's the best value I can get all this? And sure, you could think of all of that, but like at the same time, bro, just get a Snickers. It's not that deep. And so, as another example, you see this game I'm playing right here. This is called Sky Children of the Light, and this is a online game. You cannot play this offline. And so I hesitated to make these videos with this game because there's a possibility that I could be interrupted by other people while I'm recording these videos. And it's like, yeah, so that's a possibility. And so I started overthinking it. I started thinking, I could do this and that. I could do all these things and trying to find a different game to get started with. But then I was just like, you know what? If I do meet somebody, like if they do end up in my video, then I'll just ask them, hey, you all right with this, or are you not all right with this? And like, there's so many things I could do to just deal with that as it happens. I don't have to be all like, oh, now I gotta find an entirely different game. I don't got too many choices right now when it comes to the games that I could play. Like, I could play Apex Legends, but that's not very good for when you're trying to focus on talking to someone. It's very hard to talk without saying like, hey, there's an enemy behind me, please shoot him, I have no ammo. But yeah, so that's what you're gonna be focused on in the Apex. But this is one of the only games where you could just chill and you don't gotta worry about getting shot in the back. So I initially hesitated to make these videos with this, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm uploading these videos in this style so you can see what happened. I'm still using this because I can just deal with that stuff as it comes. I don't have to really think about that. If it happens, then I can use that as a learning experience rather than trying to plan out every single intricate detail before I get started. If I do something like that without any experience, I can have like a whole bunch of knowledge but no experience. That could be a topic for another video. But yeah, so if I have all that with no experience, trying to do all that stuff, I'm bound to get so many things wrong. So I just started with this game and I'll let it do its thing with the whole online possible interruptions thing. And that's how I dealt with overthinking for this game. And here's how I deal with other things. So these are going to be more general things. The first thing I would do is simplify it. This is like this usually, if it's like a small thing, usually it gets it over with real quick. You don't even gotta do the other steps. What I do is I simplify it. Like, let's say, let me think. Sink? Okay. Maybe I should use a sink as an example. I don't know. Yeah, let's say I'm about to go outside, it's raining, and I'm thinking, what hoodie should I pick? Should I pick the black hoodie or should I pick the blue hoodie? Now I could pick the black hoodie, but the black hoodie be kind of looking suspicious. But the blue hoodie, I don't really like the blue hoodie. And so then I start thinking about all that, but just simplify it. Pick whatever hoodie you like the best. Normally I would pick the black hoodie. So, and then if it's a risk reward thing, like you're thinking about something and you're like, I really want to do this, but there's so many risks involved, then just weigh the risks and rewards. And nothing in life is going to be without a risk. What I'm doing right now has a risk to it. And like I personally believe that there's not going to be like a 100% secure anything. There's always going to be a risk somewhere. Minimizing the risk is good, but you're going to need to do something that has risk in your life. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, so weigh the risks and the rewards. If the rewards outweigh the risks, or the value of the rewards outweigh the risk, then do whatever you need to do to get the reward, or get whatever thing you need to get done. This is much more general, so it doesn't have to be only rewards. It could be I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but y'all probably know what I mean by that. I'm hoping y'all know what I mean by that. Let me know in the comments. So, and then yeah, so the last thing is you just act from there. If it's too risky and like you can't really afford to lose something, or you can't really afford the risk, whatever it is, then don't do it. Like, you don't have to force yourself into risky situations. Like, so many people do that, and then they end up like in very bad situations, and they got to find a way to dig themselves out of it. But yeah, let me just make sure. I'm just checking my notes real quick. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I had to say about overthinking. Yeah, that was a pretty fun video. I didn't really do too much running around in the game this time because, I felt like, the whole my character, he's like holding. He looked like he thinking about something that fit. So put that in there instead this time. But yeah, so that's the end of the video. Yeah, I'm gonna just end it here. I can't think of anything else.